Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I see somebody is up late. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in, whoever is up and scrolling late. Good evening, Instagram. How are you? I hope your day was a lovely one. My day was pretty good. It was busy. Hence, that's why I'm coming on so late. Okay, I'll give everybody about 30 more seconds. I got the little soothing music. This is the bedtime music going to relax your mind. I love smooth jazz. This is so beautiful. Hello, Laditra. How are you? Good to see you. Do you remember coming to Dallas and meeting me? Because I remember meeting you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I know it is late. And for any of you that do not know who this face is, my name is Coach Ronnie B. And I am the resiliency and relationship coach. And what that means is that I help people discover tools that they can use for their mind, body, and spirit so that they show up as their highest self every single day of their lives, no matter what life brings to them. So good evening to all of you. And excuse me if my voice is a little bit raspy because it is late, of course. And this cough thing that's going on, it's real. So I am trying to doctor myself with hot tea, lemon, and all the things, all the supplements. But anyway, so February is Love Month. So it's Black History Month, it's Love Month, it's also Heart Healthy Month. February is one of my favorite months because of this. And excuse me if you hear my oven going off. I had something in the oven and it has stopped. So my apologies if you hear that in the background. But anyway, and so what I wanted to do for Love Month is come on and share just a little nugget from a book I wrote, or books, Loving Him from A to Z, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So, of course, I'll be starting with Volume 1. And no, I can't read you the whole chapter because we don't have that type of time. You don't have that type of time. And so I'm just going to highlight some things that I want to share because, like marriage doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with a rule book. And we just kind of make it up as we go and create our own norms and everything like that. But sometimes you just need just a little bit of help. Am I right? Is there just one person that maybe you admire, or they seem like they're a veteran, in marriage, or maybe you are that veteran that people go to consult when trouble arises, or maybe not even trouble, but just to increase in love. I think it's a beautiful thing when couples can be together for years and then they end up like even rediscovering themselves in new seasons. So, which brings me to part of chapter A, which is adapt, adoration, and being attentive. But what I'm going to talk about is the adoration piece. And so let's see here. Okay, so I'll read from page 22. So now concerning adoration, one might ask the definition of adoration according to dictionary.com. It means the act of paying honor as to a divine being, worship, reverent, homage, fervent, and devoted love. This ultimate display of love is going to keep you in check and keep that fire lit within him for you. So please don't be offended, ladies, when I say keep you in check, okay? Because if we are honest with ourselves, we already know that the monotony of life can take the affections and focus away from our loved ones, and not even intentionally, like it just does. And some things may happen unintentionally during that season, okay, of busyness. So it's human that we may get so entangled in our day, work, kids, bills, like whatever it is, activities, running businesses, errands, chores, like all the things of life, right? That we may also forget we even have a spouse at the end of the day. We forget. So as women, we are naturally hardwired to be multitaskers, right? Like we do multiple things at one time. We're thinking about multiple things at one time. We prioritize what we see as most important at that particular time. So on the other hand, which isn't atypical, most husbands probably fall to the bottom of that to-do list if we're not careful. I'll be honest. Yes, my husband has been put on the back burner before, and not intentionally. Like, oh, I'm gonna just put him on the back burner. No, it was just so much that was going on, and albeit unintentional, because we may rationalize minor neglect as, sometimes, ladies, we can say, oh, he can take care of himself. He's a grown man. He's good. He'll be fine until I'm able to be attentive. Let us not fool ourselves into adopting this type of reckless mentality. And I do call it a reckless mentality, and think that this is okay. It's never okay. And this can become habitual thinking, and eventually a way of life. And before long, it has become your norm and dominates your state of being. And this can become costly, very costly to you. Excuse me. Because time is something no human being can reclaim. We can't reclaim our time. I know Auntie said that she needs to reclaim her time, but we can't reclaim our time that we have lost with our significant others. Once it has passed, it's gone like forever. That moment that you should have been present, that opportunity that you had to spend time with one another, to reconnect with one another, like it's gone. And so we should find ourselves in adoration of our husbands at all times. So one simple way to do this may be through statements of even affirmation, saying things to remind him how important he is to you and the family, with further, which would further validate, his presence is desired, and it can't be replaced by nothing. Like nothing can replace the presence of your love. And to show that level of respect and adoration towards your husband in manner of speech and interaction, while in the presence of family, of friends, and even our children, we go an exceptionally long way in his mind when we do that. And we may think like that's simple, but it's huge. It's really, really huge. And the end result is that he feels reverence and comfort around you. It allows him to be comfortable being himself, like truly being a friend, like downloading all of what may, kind of be on his heart. It supplies assurance that you would never um, embarrass him, belittle him, or shine the spotlight on an area of deficiency that he may possess. We all have deficiencies. We all have deficiencies, but we don't want those ever spotlighted, do we? No, not really. I mean, amongst maybe a close friend, or like I said, like a spouse or something, where it's close, but we don't want our deficiencies just on blast like that. So when we want to address those like sorts of things, there's a certain type of relationship, there's a certain type of rapport that already needs to be there so that you can even address those things. So we must do it in private and in a loving manner, never condescending. That communicates to him that you want to help him rather than point a finger dead between his eyeballs in front of everybody. Excuse me. Told y'all I'm struggling with this cough. But your husband is already in a battle every day when he leaves home, because someone or something is ready to attack him as soon as he pulls out of the driveway. Okay? Let's keep it real. There's a whole lot out there, and as sound as a person as he may be, there is still things that exist. And I'm not even just talking about women. There's just different attacks as soon as he leaves the house. Okay? Whether it be attacks in our society. I mean, just whatever, just attacks. Okay? I would say this, we do become targets. We do become targets when we profess our relationship with God. There's an attack. There's an assignment, and the enemy is going to do everything that he possibly can to understand and be successful at the assignment of taking us out. Okay. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. But don't let that someone or something be you. Set the temperature of your heart to adore him. Like you can always set the temperature. Like we set the temperature of the room. That's just what ladies do. That's just what women do. We set the temperature. So whether or not it's cold, whether or not it's just right, it's comfortable, or it might be a little bit too hot. Okay, just remember that we do have control to always set the temperature of the room. And outside of God, you are his refuge. Whether you believe it or not, like you are his refuge. Think about it. You lay every single night on a pillow next to this man. Okay? And so you should be able to be a refuge for him, like an escape. He looks for that. And he should find rest and solidarity in you. So anyway, I'm going to end there for tonight. This is part of chapter A of Loving Him from A to Z. And it is available on Amazon. I have to go ahead and put that plug in. But there are some questions that I do always incorporate after every chapter. And so, you know what? I'm going to read over these chapters and then the prayer. If you're not a prayer person, then go ahead, just click off, just go ahead and leave. But there's a prayer that I end with at each chapter. So anyway, number 1, how often do I show my adoration towards my husband, and how is that communicated to him? Number 2, daily, in what ways am I attentive to his needs, or how can I become more attentive? Number 3, does our daily interaction with one another represent a well-adjusted flow? Number 4, in what areas do I desire for us to increase or maybe decrease? Number 5, have we truly adapted to living together in harmony? Number 6, what changes did I or have I made to adjust to living together, and how did that make me feel? Some of these questions, of course, address the other subject matters that are in chapter A. Are there some things that he does that irritates me that I have not adjusted to nor addressed yet? If so, how should I approach it? And do I struggle on how to make him a priority in the midst of my busy life? If so, what strategy should I utilize to safeguard against neglect? Coach Ronnie B ain't playing. Coach Ronnie B is asking you these questions so that you can reflect. And this is a great thing to have, to talk amongst girlfriends about some of this stuff, because later on in these chapters, you're gonna see why, what type of subjects that I get into. But anyway, the prayer. So, Heavenly Father, I ask that you show me how to begin or continue to show my husband how much he is adored, needed, and highly valued, as I realize I'm the only woman in his life that can provide this feedback in the manner of which he needs to hear and see. Allow me to find joy and satisfaction every day, living side by side with him in peace and in our dwelling, fulfilling his needs and operate according to your word. As I enrich myself in the daily bread you have given us, make me that warm, buttery slice of bread that he just can't get enough of, and that I remain the apple of his eye. Amen. Okay. But anyway, I enjoyed that. Tune in tomorrow. I'll try to be a little bit earlier too. Let's see. We just want peace at home. I know, Renard. Just want peace, and we highly melanated are the chosen ones, yes. Besides the black man's mother, where does he get words of affirmation? Real talk. Like where does it come from? Us. I broke up with my ex because she couldn't say what I wanted to hear. Wow, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. It's real, y'all. So anyway, for those who have already gone into sleep land, y'all will catch this on tomorrow, and then there will be another episode. I'll get into chapter B. We're going to talk about beauty, but not in the way that you think. But y'all have to tune in tomorrow to find out. So anyway, have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed this. God bless. Good night, Instagram. And good night, YouTube and Facebook.